We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 88. We're so glad that you joined us today. We're still dancing to the music. We love it. I am Kim White. I am the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team and community, and I am joined today by my beautiful co-host, Kat Corchado, who is the freaking fabulous Kat, in case you didn't know that part. She is an icon, a movement specialist, a military veteran, and quite frankly, one of my favorite humans on the planet. So welcome, Kat.
Oh, thank you, Kim. I feel like it's been a while since I've been here, so it's like I'm super excited today.
I love that you're here.
Me too. So if you are watching today, you're probably wondering, who is this for? Who is Good Morning Entrepreneurs for? It's for anyone who has a thought about being an entrepreneur. Maybe you just started your business, you need a little support. Maybe you've been in business for a while, but you want to see what we're up to because we're fun. And we know a little bit about business because of this woman that's sitting next to me. So, you know, what is it? One of our roving reporters said, Yvonne, buckle up, Buttercup, because it's going to go fast.
It definitely goes fast every week.
So without further ado, we are going to go to what has always been one of my favorite not episodes, but parts of the show. And I think it's become others too, but let's go to Entrepreneur Land. Wow, that was a short trip.
So once upon a time in Entrepreneur Land, oh wait, this isn't story time. I just thought I would start off with some silly, but I will say that this show it's always full of laughs, but it may be a little heavier than usual. I just want to say that out loud. Today's theme is hope dealing. And if you're breathing, let me just say that. If you're breathing, you've been through some hard things. And we all know that when we're going through hard things, we need support. So today we are going to be talking about hope and talking about entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship can be really hard. And we want to deal out like a drug dealer. You know, we want to get you addicted to hope. We want to get you addicted to doing business in a way that is not so heavy. So we are here today to be the dealer's Cat. I'm just going to say that for the record. Today's edition is about hope dealing.
I love that, Kim, because, you know, hope is what keeps getting you up when you feel like you've been knocked down. But sometimes other people need that hope dealing, and that's when you come in and you give them that little spark of, okay, I'll get up one more time and make this happen. So I love that. Hope dealing. We're hope dealers.
That's right.
Who knew that? All right, let's go to GME Chronicles.
Thanks, Kim and team. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. I am Jill Olish, and we have some updates to share today on November 22nd, 2024. The GME Chronicles is the celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you to show it is possible when coming together. Last week included 4 Pilates classes with Kat, rounds 28 and 29 of Fire Up Mastermind, and 2 sessions of Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Kat posted 1 new blog, Adam posted 1 new interview, My Sexy Business posted 2 new clips, and was live with show number 87 of GME. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page so you never miss a clip or show. 6 new podcast episodes dropped last week. Go give them a listen. Mama Outspoken with episode 15. Sisters in Service with episode 173. Mucked Up My Self-Care with episode 82. 5 and 15 Interviews Leadership Series with episode 42. Late Bloomer Living with episode 206. And Buckets and Boom Gates with episode 83. On Clubhouse, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we held the 14th Walk and Talk with the My Sexy Business community. You can connect with the Roving Reporters online through the GME directory. Head over to mysexybusiness.com/GME and you can find all of them there. Last week's number of 21 brings the grand total to 5,957 amazing things done collectively by this community since December of 2021. We look forward to more updates coming up next week. If you are ready to join in on the fun around here, you can find us coming up at the Hope Dealers movie premiere tonight at 6 p.m. Central on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or our website, mysexybusiness.com. Tomorrow morning, we will have the Mama Outspoken Village Gathering with myself. And next week, we wanted to let you know that the GME Roving Reporters and producers will be taking the week to spend with their families and to celebrate the U.S. holiday, Thanksgiving. We wanted to extend our warmest wishes that you too may have a happy holiday, happy Thanksgiving. Back to you in the GME studio.
I love those numbers.
Incredible numbers. Cheers, Kat.
Cheers.
I want to take just a second to share my little mug, which I will just confess it's dirty and it's empty because I already drank it. That's what I'm going to tell you. But this mug was a gift, and I got to read it to make sure I get it right. She believed she could, so she did. Part of what this stands for in my life today, let me just say today, because tonight is the Hope Dealers movie, and we are going to be talking about it throughout the show, is I am one of those people who thinks that we can change the world. I am that crazy girl. And so I believe we are changing the world. I believe we're impacting lives by what we're doing. And I look at those numbers in the Chronicles every week and think, this is impacting lives, not only in our community, but everyone our community is touching. So, Kat, we are the crazy girls who believe we can change the world.
We are. And I think it's important to say that individually, it's hard to put a number on the things that we do. But when you take all these individuals and put them together in a group or in a community, and look what happens. This wasn't magic. This was from help from everybody within our community of all the things that we've been doing. So come check us out. I think we're cool.
We finally got to be the cool kids.
Finally.
Love it. Well, speaking of one of the coolest kids I know, I think we should head over to Military Minute. What did the military teach you that you use in business now?
Everything. Kim, you have to understand, when I went into the military, I was scared of my own shadow. I never spoke up. I didn't want to be a leader. I didn't know how to lead because I felt when you're a leader, you're the one who gets in trouble if something goes wrong. So I never wanted to be a leader in the military. And the military taught me how to be a leader. The military taught me how to speak up for myself in a way that I could be heard. And it taught me that there's a system to things. And business is that way also. Business is systems. The military was systems. And I'm like, I know this. And so I think it taught me a lot about myself. And it taught me how to rely on me. So the military teaches you in a certain situation, be as ready as you can be. So if something happens, you look around, what do I have at my disposal that I can use right now? So rather than just sitting still and going, I hope somebody comes to help me soon, you're helping you. So I learned how to help myself in a situation. So much so that my husband feels like, I can do this too. He goes, let me help you. I'm like, oh, okay.
First, we have to say hi to Peter. Thanks for helping with that, right? But I want to mention a special episode because Military Minute is sponsored by Sisters in Service podcast, which is hosted by our very own Kat Corchado. But this week, there was a little flip of the script for Kat. She graciously accepted my offer, I'm going to call it, of I really wanted to interview Kat because Kat does a lot of things that we just can't get to everything on a short segment on GME. So on her Sisters in Service podcast, episode number 172, y'all, let me just be very clear. Go to episode 172 and start, and then work your way backwards. Listen to them all. I think it was really fun, Kat, hearing some of your answers about how being a communication and project management specialist and a movement specialist, I think those things just tie together. And it was really fun, like being with you for that episode and hearing your answers. You had a lot of great answers.
I never put the two together, Kim. When you said that, I was like, oh, that's why that sounded familiar. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of it.
Oh, thank you. And do we have the cover art for Sisters in Service podcast so we can post real quick? I'm getting a 1 minute finger from the green room. Oh, please, as we like to say around here.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. So that's the cover art for Sisters in Service. So when you go onto the podcatchers, whichever podcatcher of your choice, you can look and see matchy. You can find that cover art of Kat's. So Kat, you said something during Military Minute that I want to bring up really quickly. You said, that one of the things you learned in the military was how to help yourself. And today we're talking a lot about hope dealing, and we're talking about the Hope to Hope, movie premiere tonight that we're doing. Well, I'm going to tell you, it struck a chord with me hearing you say that, because this whole Hope to Hope project started 23 years ago when I didn't have hope. I desperately needed hope and was looking for it. So I started on this long-term, project that I didn't even know was a project at the time. I just knew I needed to survive the loss of my child. And I didn't know how I was going to do that. And so helping myself, when you said that and that, the only thing I did to help myself was I went out looking for help. I went out looking for others who could share their hope with me because I didn't have any at the time. And I'm going to try really hard, y'all, not to get emotional today, but it's going to be hard. Losing a child is significant. being an entrepreneur is significant. Going through hard things is significant. So I don't want it to be that, that's the only loss that can cause harm. There's so many things that we need hope for. So we want to make sure you know that you're invited to come and join us for the premiere of the Hope to Hope. No, I'm sorry, I've got to change it. It's the Hope to Hope Project, but it's the Hope Dealers movie, because it's a big deal, y'all. I'm going to say that. 23 years in the making, hundreds and hundreds of interviews, looking for that hope for not only myself, but others. Because as I found out in the beginning, when I didn't know what I didn't know how I would survive it, I found other people who needed hope for things too. And so it's turned into, like, from conversations to interviews to conferences and now the movie. So we're very, very excited about it. And we want y'all to know that we would love for you all to join us.
Well, that was amazing, Kim. You just never know when that's going to happen to you. I mean, when you need that hope within yourself. And so if you've ever watched TV and you've seen someone who's gone through something that you just think, oh my God, I could never do that. And then they do something huge because of it. It's those circumstances. I could either do this or I can be here. And nobody wants to be on the ground. People want to be up and moving. So you find things to get you there.
Well, I just want to say thank you to everybody who is helping actually make it happen, because it is amazing. And I am going to try not to be emotional. I'm trying really hard.
Well, I think it's time that we went to our first roving reporter. And she is another one of our amazing people. It's Donna Bender with her Surprise and Delight Marketing.
Donna Bender is a master givologist, branding product strategist, corporate marketing trainer, published author, host of The Big Show and Tell, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and team. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight Marketing segment is on the impact of honoring milestones. With Thanksgiving only a few weeks away, it's the perfect time to reflect on the power of gratitude in our personal and professional lives. It's important to honor milestones for clients, employees, team members, volunteers, and vendors who make our businesses thrive. It could be for years of service, exceptional performance, or company anniversaries. Showing our gratitude isn't just a nice gesture, it's the foundation of strong, lasting relationships that drive our business forward, because they boost morale, strengthen loyalty, build trust, and create a community where people feel valued. So here are also some Thanksgiving-inspired awards to consider that might just spark a smile around your Thanksgiving table. You can have the Biggest Turkey Award for the one who's never afraid to ruffle a few feathers. The Stuffing Star Award for the person who fills every gap and keeps us all together. The Pumpkin Spice Spark Award, celebrating the one who adds seasonal flair to the family. And the Cranberry Cheerleader Award for the family member who's always a little sweet and a little tart. So this Thanksgiving, here's to building relationships and businesses that are warm, memorable, and joyful as a holiday gathering, and hopefully add a few laughs along the way. Back to you at the GME studio.
It's almost hard to even say anything, right?
She needs a bigger turkey. That's what I'm going to say. She needs a bigger one. Oh my gosh, I love her segments. I look so forward to seeing what she's doing, what she's going to be doing. And Donna's just great in, getting information out to people who want gifts or even branded products. But when she comes on these segments and she's just Donna, I'm like, oh man. Because I love it when she does this stuff. So love you, Donna. You're doing an awesome job.
She so cute.
She is, but if she has these segments that she does, the big show that she has coming up, and it's all types of information. If you're looking for branded products, you're looking for gifts, she has all this information, different types of products. If you haven't, you can go to her YouTube channel and at Donna Bender Giving, and you can watch all of the fun things that Donna does during her big show.
Oh my goodness. Fun, fun, fun. But I will say, Kat, you mentioned the fact that you can get ideas for branded products and things. She has helped all of us learn the difference between branded products and gifts, when to use them, how to use them, all of that stuff. So in all of her wrapped up in her ruffled feathers and her turkey tail, she has taught us a lot.
She has. And I have to say that one of the things, if you're new to this, and I was, Donna understood that, and she very carefully held my hand through each step and walked me through everything. And it was great. So thank you, Donna, if I haven't said that so far.
I think you should show your cup, Kat, quickly.
Oh.
Yeah, that was of Donna's helping. So
it says, "You are freaking fabulous." Yes, we are.
And everyone in the yacht club got one. That's what I'm saying.
I love it. And I love our next roving reporter, Jill Olish with Mama Entrepreneurs.
Jill Olish is the ambassador of moms, founder and leader of the Mama Outspoken Village, published author, podcast host, executive team leader of My Sexy Business, host of the Vision Board Party, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. What tools do I use in parenting and in work? I'm going to give you one overall one that I use for both parenting and work. And that is my sticky note time planner. And what's so special about my sticky note time planner? Well, it's like curated for me, it feels like, because I have tried tons and tons of planners. I've tried doing it online. I do it on paper, and this is the one that I've been able to stick with. And it takes my digital calendar to a weekly level, and then even sometimes hourly level, and allows me to scratch out things, add more things, move things around, and it gives me a really good overview of my week. I use it because I can put everything I need to on there for not just me, but for my whole family, for work, for family, the things that I have goals to accomplish for the week, my deadlines, things that I kind of hope I get to, but also don't. It's okay. It's a great spot for me to really get an overview of what's going on. So right now, that is my favorite tool to do a lot of things for both my family and for work. What is your favorite tool for either or both? Back to you in the GME studio.
I wish I'd had sticky note time back when I was raising my son, because I needed it badly. Like when she said tools, I was like, there's tools for parenting? Wait, what? Did I miss the boat? But Jill has an amazing community. And she also has a gathering, or the Mom Outspoken gathering. And the next one is tomorrow, Saturday, November 23rd at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time.
And I'd like to pop up for a visual effect, Kat. She's working on the village graphic, but I'd like to pop up her podcast, her Mama Outspoken podcast with her husband, Bobby. They are on season 2, and Jill wrote a book, and Bobby's in the book, and all of this, and they're taking topics from there and having episodes on the podcast. So if you are ready to join Jill face to face, I would suggest the gathering. If you're still wanting to get to know Jill more, I'd say go to the podcast, because either way, you're going to want to go to the gathering eventually, like we're just saying.
I love that. I wish there'd been something like that, because you feel like when you're a parent, regardless of what your situation is, you feel like you're alone. And it would have been nice to have some group and be able to.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
I don't want to say vent. I would have vented. Everybody else would have just.
So venting for a solution is one thing, Kat Corchado. I don't think you would have like vented just to be fussing. That's the difference. That is
True.
the
You're right
difference.
about that.
Well, I'm going to try to keep my schnizzle together. I'm just going to say, I want to mention one more time, and I want to like give honor where honor's due too. We have a lot of volunteers who helped with the movie that's coming tonight, the Hope Dealers movie that's from the Hope to Hope project. And Jillo, since we're talking about her, she has been by my side helping me get things done, clipped and ready for the movie. So has Adam Rothenberg, so has Denise Millet, so has Donna Bender. We have like this is a group effort. That's what I'm going to call it. It's a group effort because it's so important that we share hope with others. And I want to highlight quickly Linda Bonney, who graciously created a commercial for us for the conference. So you're going to hear conference in the commercial, but it's actually a movie this year. So this project has turned into from me needing hope all the way and evolved into all these different iterations to now it's actually a documentary that'll be like tonight. So I'm very excited and I'd like to go to the commercial, Kat, and share that with everyone.
Yes, please.
When my 13-year-old son passed away 2 days after Thanksgiving in 2001, I went into shock. As the sun rose over the trees the next morning, I stared in disbelief. How could it just come up like nothing had happened? At that moment, I honestly felt like I was going to die from the pain and confusion I felt. How could the sun come up? How could I go on? I felt broken and raw. Over time, I began to heal and learned those cracked open places could be used for a purpose. I started to serve bigger, love others deeper, and started actually living my life again, even with the broken places. During my journey, I found so many other people with broken places who needed hope too. Several years ago, I set an audacious goal for serving others who were feeling discouraged or hopeless. I was given an opportunity to set up an online conference for others to share their stories and how they got past their brokenness. It was amazing to see how being vulnerable and sharing transparently impacted so many lives. So I did it again, then again, then again. Well, you get the point. Join me for the Hope to Hope conference as my guests tell their stories of overcoming in their personal lives and in their businesses. Some things are inflicted on us and some things we inflict on ourselves. Either way, we all need hope. Hope that we can survive. Hope that we can heal. Hope that we can really live again.
I love it, Kim.
Oh,
I
I'm trying
know.
to hold it together. I am very grateful for the commercial. I'm grateful for Linda Bonney like doing that for us. And I'm very grateful for every single conversation, every single addition that someone has added to my life personally. I do want to put this out there, which just blows my mind, and this is making me meltier even, is the fact that from the time that I started the first conversation with someone 23 years ago to date, we've impacted over 1 million people's lives. I'm blown away by that because how does that happen from something so horrible? But that is us continuing on. And as you would say, Kat, we're keeping it moving because there are other people who need us to show up. And so we're showing up, even if it's raw and kind of ugly with no mascara or mascara running down your face, whatever it is. But I do want to say very much, we hope that you join us tonight. We hope you join us at 6 p.m. Central Time tonight to watch the movie with us. If you want to come to the community, you can come and actually literally watch it with us, or you can watch it, on your own. But please do join us. That's what I need to say.
So are you trying to say that you're a change maker, Kim?
Ooh, I think I am.
I think you are too.
I believed I could, even without my coffee in my cup. I believed I could.
Well, oh my goodness. All right, Kim. We have gotten a question so we get questions all the time about business. Kim answers them. I don't, but I ask the questions. So should we go to the question of the week, Kim?
Yes.
The question is, what is collaboration?
So I'm obsessed with collaboration, and everyone who talks to me for 5 minutes knows that it's true. I'm going to talk about it. So collaboration is when two or more people come together for a goal. They come together not as a business partnership, but as a collaboration. So they come in together, they work together. And I think Hope to Hope is one of the best collaborations that have ever happened in my life. So I'm just going to use it, Kat. This is what we're talking about today. Hope to Hope is a collaboration because it's people who have volunteered to help for the goal of helping others. And a collaboration is simply that. It's where people come together and work together on something with a common goal so that everybody benefits. And I think it's a trifecta. I think it's a win for the people who are in the collaboration, a win for the people who are, doing business with them, and it's a win for everyone for the goal, whoever they're helping. So it's a very important part of my life.
Well, Kim, I was going to say something, but you took all my answers, and I think you did it very well.
Well, thank you, Kat. Well, then in that case, Kat, I'm gonna do the reset. That way we can move on. So you are tuning into Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we're so glad you're with us today for show number 88. And today's theme is hope dealing. We're going to be still talking about that. And I'd like to share really quickly that we have a directory of the Roving Reporters. And y'all just have to be patient with me and my screen sharing abilities, we'll call them. I kind of laughed because I last week was not sharing the screen and going on and on, thought I was. So hold on and let me make sure I'm actually, Kat, you say out loud if I'm actually sharing the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the page on the website that has the directory. I just wanted to show you all these cute little waving people. I love them. But right here, this big red button has the Roving Reporter directory on it. So you all can go directly to mysexybusiness.com/GME, little GME, by the way, and go to that big red button and connect with all the Roving Reporters who I think are some of the most incredible humans on the planet.
Well, thank you, Kim. We're going to go to another incredible person, and she is one half of the Salty Sisters. My Salty sister, Yvonne Marchese, with Entrepreneurship Later in Life.
Yvonne Marchese is the president of the Age Agitators Club, creator of the Aging Playfully Play Shop, podcast host, published author, branding photographer, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. And I have with me today Jean Fleming. She is the founder of Certain Age magazine, which is something she started a little bit later in life after she moved to Greece. So Jean, welcome and thank you for being with me today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, you had a long career in corporate, and I imagine there was a leap of faith involved in starting a magazine and moving to Greece, but more specifically about starting the magazine. What was that leap of faith like for you? Like, did you have fears around moving into this new phase of your life? And how did you manage that?
Yeah, I definitely had a lot of fears that ranged from financial to just, can I do it? And the imposter kind of questions. And the way I managed them was to lean in on the things that I knew I was good at. I knew I was a good writer. I knew I could produce things, set a little bit of a schedule, and I just tried to do it small. And that would be my main piece of advice is start small, take small projects on the side if you can do that, and slowly build. Small things add up.
Small things add up. Oh my gosh, that is so perfect. Thank you so much for being with us today. Back to you guys in the studio.
I love that. Small things add up. And if you think about it, as entrepreneurs, we all started small. We started with an idea, and it's been building. And I love what Yvonne is all about. She's having, talk about fun. When she says she's an age agitator, she is, not we are. As sisters, as salty sisters, we're kind of mixing it up and doing that. But she has always put the fun in aging and all those things that we can still do. And if you haven't listened to her podcast, I don't know what number she's on, but it's over 200. I'm just going to say, and it's late bloomer living. And she also has an age agitators club where she is the prez, not the president, the prez. And the next meeting is on Wednesday, December 4th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
I love it. And I'm going to have to say she's on bazillion and 6, I think.
Yeah.
Is the episode number. She's done it for 4 years plus. So it's really good, y'all.
Yeah, she's a little ahead of me. I'm bazillion and 2 and she's bazillion and 6. So I'm okay with that.
Both of y'all. The other salty sister is Kat. And let me just say, Kat and Yvonne make up the salty sisters, and they are incredible. Individually and collectively, the two of them are like powerhouses. But Kat, I am going to say that you have an amazing podcast. We talked about that earlier.
Thank
you.
You
have an amazing segment on here that all of us wait for every time, like to hear what you're going to bring to the table. And let me just say, they're different than usual. You've done dozens of stretch videos that if you all haven't seen them, go back to the other episodes or the other shows of GME. She's got lots of stretches she's demonstrated because we entrepreneurs sit at our desks too much. I'll say that. But let's go to your segment, Kat, on health and wellness for entrepreneurs. Kat Corchado is a proud military veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, movement specialist for injury, illness, and cancer recovery, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
We have had some conversations, Kat, about how your Small Space Pilates is an online community. It's virtual.
Yes.
So what I want to know is, how are you able to help and or direct those students who need more personal attention through the computer without being next to them physically?
If they're in a class, I really try to watch people's form.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone says, when I do this, it hurts my shoulder, it hurts. And I'll say, okay, let's look at it. And I'll watch them and I'll say, this is all you need to do. and they'll say, oh, that fixed it. And so I feel good about that. However, if someone is really hesitant about being in a class format, I offer one-on-one sessions with people. I do an assessment. I ask them questions about their health and what's bothering them. I help them to figure out a plan where we can get started online and eventually help them get to a point where maybe they feel good enough where they can get into a class. And so it gives them that confidence to say, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought, because they always think it's horrible. And it's not. We have a lot of fun in class, but I like to have fun with my clients too. So I'm not the drill sergeant type, just so you know. So it's not drop and give me 50 or 20. It's just meeting people where they are and helping them to feel better. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I hope it shows.
It does.
It definitely shows, Kat. It definitely shows. And I want to do a quick show and tell, if I can share my screen again and do it right. I want to do a show and tell of something that Kat is an incredible human. First off, I've already said this, but Kat has what we affectionately call the Yacht Club. She has a community called Small Space Pilates. And am I sharing, Kat?
Yes, you are. I can see it.
Okay, I'm laughing because I'm like, I'm helping. And so it is a community of women over 40 addressing their fitness needs while having fun. This is like the website page that you would actually go to sign up. Here's beautiful Kat and her sign up page. But if you are not sure, there's a big white button on here with a purple place to click that says sign me up for a complimentary week. And I think it's really important, Kat, that everybody understands your philosophy in life is you believe that everyone has the right to feel good in their body, and you back that up with giving them the opportunity to spend a week in the classes that you have, the videos that you have. Try it before you buy it, I think is what you say.
Yes.
But how amazing is that, y'all, that Kat offers that?
Well, I just think it's important to build trust that way and let them, try a week. If it's for them, fine. If not, because I'm not everybody's flavor. I'm not sure why, but I'm not. And but again, it builds trust, and who doesn't like a try before you buy? I love it.
Well, I'm there. Like, that's the other thing I'm going to say. I don't need to try anything. Kat kicks my booty on the regular and smiles beautifully as she does it.
I love it, Kim. Thank you. All right. So I think it's time to go to someone who has helped our entire community.
Yes.
So when you start a business, you hear about all the buzzwords, the SEO, the this, the that, and it sounds like this: wah 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 wah. And our next roving reporter is Denise Millet in helping entrepreneurs be findable online.
Denise Millet is the findability queen, search marketing consultant, technology simplifier, host of the virtual scavenger hunt, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter. I would like to know, what kind of things do I create for a reference link in my content? Like, there's so much to know about linking things and what not to link. Do you have kind of an overview of what I need to think about when I'm linking things?
I do, Kim. And again, these are my experience, my opinion. You want to help who's reading your content. It's not as important to have how many links you have. It's what makes sense. So if you have a word that people might trip up on that's a little bit complex, put a link in there to a dictionary listing of what that word means. If there's a person or a reference to an event, that historical event or a book that adds to your content, but people may not be familiar with and they might want to know more, add a link to that person's Wikipedia page or an article they've written. If you are talking about something that is foundational, but then your reader might want to know more, add a link to something that is deeper in the conversation or another piece of the conversation. But keep it focused on what your reader's perspective is. And I think you will get more, I hate to call it credit, but you will look more authoritative and helpful and useful if that's what your goal is. If it's not to count links, if it's really to put them in the right place.
I love her little tidbits of information, and they're not really tidbits. I mean, she really goes all out. And when I talk about easy, what I love about Denise is that she puts it in such a way that you can understand it. She wants you to understand why it's important. And then she teaches you the steps to put into place. And she has a lot of these, I want to say, tidbits of gold information on her YouTube channel at Findability Queen. I love it.
She is our findability queen, Kat. That is
She
for
is.
sure. She is the one that has helped all of us have way more visits to our website, be able to get things out there. So definitely go and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Ask questions, send her a message and ask questions. You've got the Roving Reporter directory to connect with her. You've got her channel to connect with her. So y'all, if your website is not working the way it needs to, y'all don't have any excuses because the Findability Queen is amongst us. Let me just say that. I want to brag on her for another minute too about behind the scenes, because Denise is also part of the reason the movie tonight is so incredible. She has worked on the behind the scenes with us, and I am very grateful. Let me just say that. So don't forget the Hope Dealers movie tonight, 6 p.m. Central. We'll see you all tonight. We hope that you come watch it live with us. I do not promise not to cry the whole time. I can't help it. I'm just going to say that. But definitely connect with Denise. And Denise, thank you for all that you're doing behind the scenes.
And we have to say all this because Denise won't say anything about it, but she is incredible as a person, as an entrepreneur, and helping all of us in the community. And she's covering her head.
Well, I'm going to say, Kat, you're spot on with that. And I'm going to put this little tidbit in there for a segue, because one of the reasons that Adam Rothenberg is over 1.4 million visits to his entertainment platform is because he's followed Denise's instructions and advice. So that's something very incredible. And then I'll let you introduce it, Kat. I just thought I should put that over 1.4 million visitors.
Well, very nice, Kim. Did we want to show the Hope to Hope commercial, or did we do that already?
I just was gonna just.
Oh, you just ad-libbed it. Oh,
I was
wow.
just the commercial.
Oh, okay. I'm just the co-host, y'all. She's in charge here for real.
It's the ones in the green room that are in charge. They hold their breath until we're done. That's what they're.
So speaking of being in charge, our next roving reporter is the king of interviews. And that is our own Adam Rothenberg with our next segment on entertainment, entrepreneurs in entertainment. Excuse me.
Adam Rothenberg is the interview king, media personality, creator of the Call Me Adam entertainment platform, published author, podcast host, red carpet correspondent, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. It's Adam, and I'm back in the closet for yet another edition of Behind the Curtain. Here's another excerpt from my 2023 interview with Ben Jackson Walker, who played Romeo in the hit Broadway musical and Juliet. In this clip, Ben talks about taking time off while in a Broadway musical, which is something I resonated with as an entrepreneur because he talks about how you have to prepare yourself in advance to take vacation, which is something I feel we have to do as entrepreneurs. When you want to take time off from the show, is it like a 9-to-5 job where you just say to your boss, I want to take this time off? Or how does time off work for a Broadway show?
It's definitely not like a normal 9-to-5 job. But basically, you get one vacation every 6 months. So you can kind of plan in advance, and we have a whole calendar, and we sign up for it in advance. So you get like a week every 6 months. There's a certain amount of personal days you can take, but you usually have to ask it in advance. Mm-hmm. And if there's already like somebody else out, it's usually you can't have like 2 people out at the same time. Yeah, and then I mean, if obviously you get sick, you need a day to rest or something, and so you can always call out if you have to, and that's pretty important. I think there's always been a bit of a like culture within Broadway of like you can't call out, that's bad. I think that's historically been the way, and it's like you don't do that. I think there's just more of a culture where like that is more accepted, and it's like to take care of yourself and put your health first. And I think that's a really good like piece of growth that Broadway and the theater has gone through in the past, I don't know how many years. But yeah, it's important because we really don't get a whole lot of time off, and so you kind of have to like know when to take that for yourself. And that's a big thing to learn, I think, too.
Well, I hope you'll think about this conversation the next time you are planning to take time off from your business. And that is today's Behind the Curtain story. It's back to you in the GME studio.
It's interesting that we had talked before, Kim, about the number of people that he doesn't know or hasn't interviewed because, rather than talk about the people he has interviewed, 1.4 million people have visited his entertainment platform because of what he does and because of all the, I think, 2,000 people he's interviewed, is it?
I think it's over, yes.
Mm-hmm. So now you know why he's the entertainment king. Just say.
He definitely is. Definitely is.
So Kim, it's that time again for Princess Speak.
So Princess Speak is the simple business language for entrepreneurs that our community uses on the daily. Not sure where the rest of the crew is, but they better get up here. Our Princess Speak words of the week, I will call it, or word of the week is collabing. So we talked about collaborating. We talked about the Hope Dealers movie tonight, but collabing is the efforting that goes into a collaboration. So co is, together, you're doing something together. Labbing, here's the part that I know all of y'all will chuckle, but I believe in research and development, and I think that's what that is. When you collaborate with someone, you all are testing and you're seeing what will work and what won't work, and you're doing the experimenting of doing something together. So collabing is what we have done for the Hope Dealers movie, but it's also what we do around here all the time because this is one obsessed princess with collaboration.
I love that, Kim. I think for me, when I think about collabing is, me and Yvonne doing Salty Sisters. Mm-hmm. And when you're collabing, it's wonderful to come together, but you have to have a common cause. And you also have to talk to each other to make sure that both of you have this same vision of what this, and sometimes the vision can change, and that's fine, but you have to talk about that. And I think that once you do that and you do, whatever it is your collaboration is, and then you think, oh, do we want to do this again? And so that's how I think, I love my salty sister. I'm just saying.
We love both of you salty sisters.
And it is totally obvious when you're together that you guys are collaborating well. But I would add to the collabing that there's an element of having the other person's back. So it's kind of like a friendship or a relationship or a sharing, where you've made a decision in a certain instance that you're going to share an experience or an activity, and you kind of support one another while you're doing it. Kind of like Adam and I do in the Not Creepy Room, like we've taken on the co-leader spot and we kind of feed off of each other while we're doing it, similar to Kat and Yvonne. And I think that sharing and supporting one another is a really big part.
Well, let me interject. Clubhouse app is what they're talking about, that they have a room every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Central Time, that they come together and help everybody practice their pitches, their offers, and their intros. And that room is going on almost 4 years strong. So just want to point out what Denise was talking about. Y'all need to attend.
I should have been more explanatory.
We were collabing here. We were
How about that? We're supporting one another. Oh my God.
I think with collabing, it's everything that you've all said already, but I like the labbing part that we're like kind of leaning on today. Like, it's experimental collaborating. Like, we're trying to solve a problem together with someone else instead of on our own. So it really gives us that like science lab kind of class feel, like what does work? Why isn't this working? How can we make that better? How can we extend things? And the teamwork there is gold. So yeah.
And I was actually going to say the same thing as Denise about the Not Creepy Room on Clubhouse. Is I love the way that Denise and I work together every Wednesday there. And she is 100% correct. We really do feed off of each other. But to give like a very quick other collabing that I also love is I feel like Jill and I have to collab a lot on the team. And I feel like we feed off of each other very well, and we're in tune with what has to get done and who can handle what, whose skills are best where. So that is another one of my favorite collabing experiences that has been happening in the My Sexy Business community.
Teamwork makes the dream work, y'all. That's what I'm going to say. I love what all of you said about collabing. And I want to mention again for the umpteenth time, I get it, but for the umpteenth time, that tonight is the premiere of the Hope Dealers movie. We'd love for you to join us and watch it with us if you can. If not, the replay will be available. We just are very excited about this giant 23-year-long collaboration, really. People come in and come out, but it's been 23 years in the making, so it's very exciting. And if you, our sweet viewer, is not collabing with someone, learn how to collaborate. Learn how to do it the right way so that you can experience what we all have is business is better together. Life is better together. And we wish you a wonderful, week. We wish you just all the best in your business and in your life. And I just have to say what I always say, and I'm sorry I say it all the time, but love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central. This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.